Let us put our hands together. Quiet. Master of ceremony, the head teacher, school committee, pastors, teachers, and most importantly, the young men and women of the day, and all protocols. Shall I seize the opportunity firstly to greet all of you in the house, and then also thank the administration of the school together with the teachers to afford me the rare opportunity to come here and give some words of encouragement to the young men and women of the day. As they continue their academic struggle, they need to be invigorated and energized now and then, because we know it can be quite a challenging situation. And my children, you look so fresh, you look so young, you look so cute. Thank you so much. Okay, so all I'm going to do in trying to motivate you is just to give you a brief narrative, a succinct narrative of my own academic journey from the mid-80s up to date, when you were not born, not even your parents were born, in the mid-80s. So, but before I go there, let me introduce myself. My name's Fanaspili Philmon Numan. I inherited the name Philmon from my father. So, in the corridors of Mbwane College, where I exhibit duties as a lecturer in computer science, I am known as Dr. Phil. So don't be shy to meet me. So when you meet me in the streets, because I may not be able to recognize you, just say hi, Dr. Phil. Then I'll remember that this must be what I'm practicing outgoing grade 7, special person. Yes. Okay, so let me just give you my brief narrative. So originally, I hail from Eswatini in Mhlosheni, a chiefdom that is Numalo dominated. But then we had to migrate as a family from that place to some rural place at the opposite side of a school called Jericho Primary. Yeah, down in the bowels of the Bundus in the countryside. We were only separated by some river called Ngwavuma with Ngololwe. Yeah, so it is just a very, very remote place, and my situation was really tough because there are no road infrastructure, there is no electricity, there is nothing there. There are only donkeys, bushes, and you name them. So I had to run from home to school on a distance of plus minus 8 kilometers. So I was covering 16 per day because you do the distance twice to Jericho and back. Now look at your situation, you are privileged. You get chauffeured either by the family car to this place and back, or they pay monthly subscription, your parents to Gomalume, so that they can chauffeur you to them. So just grab the opportunity with both hands. So I'll just quickly paint the picture, that is the background picture of the environment that hosted my childhood years. So that you understand my academic struggle, because for a learner, the sort of behavior and achievement she or he exhibits in class is highly influenced by the background. Where are they coming from? What is the situation back home? Then it influences their performance in class. So for me, I already mentioned that it was quite an experimental rural setup. The daily activities would include looking after my father's goats and cattle, plowing the fields, you name them, running the mountains, hunting, and so on and so forth. But for school, I had to begin school in the year 1986. And the situation was, I would have to go to the local river to take a cold bath in the morning and then hit the road, run to school. There's no such a thing like umkero, what do you call it, pocket money, lunchbox, cafeteria. No such a thing. What are you on about? You see. I was raised in a really, really harsh and I would say sort of barbaric setup, but then I was able to cope. Then what of you? Because I think modern day parents are quite alive and aware to the plight of the kid. As they attend school, they need to be really taken good care of. Provide everything for the child so that they can exhibit a good behavior and they can grasp every sort of information in class. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to acquire any knowledge because of their difficult background. So 1986, I go for the first grade. Straight away, nothing, no such a thing like preschool. What are you on about? No preschool, just grade 1, first grade, you hit the ground running. That is 1986, and then I come from a family of 8 siblings, myself included. So imagine that, we were 8, 3 brothers, myself included, and then 5 girls. So it's 8 of us. That's a nuclear family, it's not extended, from same mother, same father, you see. Yeah. So they were not educated, both of them, they were not educated, they had never seen school, and the attitude of my father towards educated people was really, really horrible and negative. I don't know where he had acquired this sort of vibe that educated people are actually thieves and robbers. That is what he thought. So he was against us going to school. It was only the mom that tried to do something so that at least we go to school. But remember, she's not employed, she's just a housewife. She's pretty dependent on her husband. Fortunately, who is working, but unfortunately, she's anti-school. She doesn't believe in school. So what did the mother have to do? She had to try and make some side hustle in life. Maybe carving clay pots, because the place is rural and it is characterized by features of a local. So she tried to brew the marula traditional drink and then sell to the community members so that she can use the funds to try and send us to school. But remember, it's 8 of us. There is no such a thing like free primary education, nothing like OVC fund, nothing, you see. So what happened is all my siblings, they dropped out or they left school at around grade 3 or grade 4, you know, except for the firstborn sister who pushed a bit further until grade 6. You are already past that. And then it's come to me. I really tried my best. I pushed and pushed and pushed until grade 7, where you are right now. This is 1993. I was doing grade 7. Jericho Primary School. No funds, it's my mom trying to make ends meet, you know. But guess what happened after grade 7? It was the end of the journey for me. No school again, because my mother told me point blank that, look, my kid, I can't have enough funds to send you to high school. So it's the end of the journey. I cried and cried and cried, but what? It is what it was. Then I had to join my siblings in some agricultural Chinese company around Engungweni, which was China. They deal with producing rice. They farm rice there. So I had to join my siblings there, the top 3, my 2 sisters, my brother. I had to join them to try and make ends meet, to try and make some livelihood of some sort. And the distance, it was just out of this world. I think it was around 15 kilometers, just going there. You need another 15 to go back home. So I was doing 30 per day. You see, I mean, when you see me running on the road, I was born into it. You see, yeah. Because right now, I was able to run for the record, I was able to run from Hlangano town until Manzini town within the same day. That is 91 kilometers. You'll say, but he's big. Fine, I'm big, but I'm tall. I mean, if I were to show, anyway, let's carry on. So, from a Mashainan, because that thing was seasonal, harvesting of rice is a seasonal thing. So I had to look for an alternative livelihood. So my next bus station was some homestead around Ikosheni, a Tamina homestead. in the farms, there are farm owners around Proshen Bombs in Sam, thereabout. So there is one Dlamini homestead that acquired my services to become their family head boy, okay? And I had totally lost hope. School, I was not even dreaming about it. But when my mother dropped me in that homestead, she did make them aware that, look, my child is brilliant, because I obtained a first class in grade 7, first class. And I can tell you that first class was just from natural intelligence, because there was no such a thing like studying. I mean, my home environment back home was not supportive of such. I just had to look after cattle, you are driving cattle to the deep tank, you are plowing, you are all over. And by the time night strikes, you are so tired. I was tired, but I was able to get a first class. And then when my mother dropped me in that homestead, where I was supposed to be their family head boy, she did confide to the mom there that, look, my child is brilliant, he got a first class. It's just that I am disadvantaged myself, I don't have funds to send him to school. And then she broke down and cried. And then the mother there said, no, sister, please don't cry. All is well, your child is going to go back to school and he's going to finish school until Form 5. Well, I didn't believe it until it had to unfold into the natural, because I thought she was just going cold air. So what happened, this was 1994, she was like, okay, we are going to work in the farm, look after the livestock and do all other sorts of duties. And I can tell you, in the farms, there is hell of hard work there. Gardening, plumbing, digging the earth so that you can bury some pipes in order to get the irrigation system in place, cutting off logs in the bushes, using a chainsaw, it was hell of a job. I lost weight and I became a squatter, what you call the par, squatter, because my clothes had to get torn and tattered. The clothes I had brought, they all got torn and tattered. I tried to patch and stitch, and I lost shoes, I lost everything. But true to their promise, they did take me to school in 1995. So I was working there without getting a cent for it, because the proceeds from my supposed salary had to be diverted towards school fees. So in 1995, they sent me to school. The nearest school was Franklin Christian, which is in Proshen, Form 1. So I resumed school, and guess what happened? When I resumed in Form 1, I would say what happened there was peculiar and queer and miraculous, because the sort of academic excellence I exhibited, it confused teachers and learners. Why was that so? It was because I knew this was my second and last chance. Hence, I had to grab it with both hands. So some of the teachers, you think perhaps I'm exaggerating, but some of the teachers stopped making marking guides for tests. They would just simply use my exercise book to mark the other learners' work. That is really interesting. So this is 1995, Form 1. So 1997, I was doing Form 3. Colleagues in the house, you remember, 1997 was marked by so much national controversy. There was a national shutdown, a national strike. So I wrote my junior certificate under the barrel of a gun. Soldiers and police were invigilators there, carrying guns. But guess what? I was able to obtain a string of A's, and I got a first class with merit. Then, come 1998, I had to do Form 4 in Franklin, but now I decided, no, I can't do this, because what happened there, Mr. Dlamini, is there was a junior or a basic O-level book in mathematics, which they called Maths, Form 3. And then I had done that sort of course in the junior certificate, and I had aced it. I got an A. And then, but it was not everyone who was doing it. So come from 4, they say, no, you are going to all repeat the O-level basic in mathematics, because not all of you partook in it. And then I was like, but what of us who already have an A? And then they said, no, we are just going to do it for the benefit of the majority. And then I said, bye-bye, Franson. I went to Tlano Central. And the teachers at Franson Christian High, they just lamented that more. Because they told Tlano Central, it would be better if it was Evelyn Berry. So why are you killing your career like that? But guess what? When I reached Tlano Central, where is Lomasi? Yeah, they were in Form 4 and I was late by 2 weeks. School had opened 2 weeks, in the first term, so I came late. And when I entered the classroom like this, there were some members, I heard some of them saying, oh, Lumsila. Like, because it was too late, So they were like, where is this one headed? I mean, 3 weeks, 2 weeks down the line, there's a new phase. And then the teachers, in the staff room, they would discuss that, from 4A, no, there was a Dlamini guy. I won't mention his name because we didn't agree about it. But there was a Dlamini guy, a Dlamini student. They would say, I don't have a cell phone, it's not knowing that there was a new boy in the crowd. So they came. I think it was mathematics early in the morning. I tried to introduce whatever, I can't remember, it was quadratic, whatever. Before he knew it, was trying to complete a statement and complete it for him. And then he stopped a minute and said, wait a minute. When did you arrive? Who are you? Where are you coming from? Because some of the concepts which, according to him, for years, nobody had grasped some of the concepts. But I was finishing statements before he could reach the last part of the sentence. In mathematics, come English time, before they knew it, they were shocked. So I was this kind of an all-rounder. So everything placed in front of me, I was swallowed. So in Form 5, to cut the long story short, 1999, I credited everything that was placed in front of me and I applied at UNESCO for BSc, the most feared hot sciences. And by the grace of God, I was accepted, so I majored in mathematics and computer science. Mind you, I'd never seen or laid my hand on a computer before, my entire life. Seeing a computer for the first time and you want to manage it. Learning you will see computers probably for one if I'm in a country's name, I mean, you guys, I sometimes I reflect and I talk to my boys, my 2 boys, because the house there is wired, there's internet, there's Wi-Fi in the house, computers, there's dots, tablets, it's there. YouTube generation. But for me, it's a total different story. But still, I could rise above that strainful situation. So, why am I telling you this? So that you can reflect on your own situation. What is your situation right now? Chances are you are better. Your situation is better than mine. It was some donkey years back for my situation, and my parents, were not educated. Your parents, most of them are educated, and your situation is better. So you can take advantage of the situation and really shine above all odds, because education is the basic and the pedestal of whatever career path you are going to pursue at the end of the day. I don't care whether you are going to be a politician, you are going to be a footballer, you are going to be a singer, you are going to be anything. But you cannot do without education. It is the base. So my children, briefly I'm saying to you, take advantage of the situation. I think your situation is better. Look at my own situation. The only sibling I had to say, or I was able to say in the family, is the last born sister, whom I paid school fees for using my personal allowance while I was pursuing my degree at UNESCO. Oh, yes. I had to use my allowance. The rest, they were swallowed by the cruel grip of illiteracy. All 7 of them. So it's only two of us in the family. She's a teacher right now. She's trained at Ngwane College. I trained there, and quite a number of your teachers here. I produced them that side. Yeah. Yes. Sponsor. I'm happy to yeah, so that is the situation. Then after graduating at university, I'm finishing. I graduated in 2005 with the BSc degree together with the PGCE that enables you to practice as a teacher. Because you can't rely on companies. You see, times are changing. Before they would recruit the computer scientists from class. So many super companies when they would come to the computer science group and recruit. But I had to arm myself with the PGCE as well because I could read the situations. And look at me now, I'm still here. I'm a teacher, when I'm a lecturer, it's better. And I believe some doors are yet to open, even now. So I had to salvage the situation at Bunya High School where I had to teach mathematics just after graduating. 2005, I graduated. 2005, I go to Bunya to teach mathematics. And then until 2007, then I went to St. Joseph's, who's in Manzini, to teach physics. Okay. Because the BSc is a motherboard of all the sciences. Yeah. So then it's involved. It was 2008 until 2010, the first part of 2010, and then I came to Teachers College. I'm finishing, please don't get bored. For the Teachers College, that is 2010, just before the South African 2010 World Cup. So I relaxed. I took a leave. I took a break from studying because that BSc thing really got me done. So until there were some rumors that Ngwane College was becoming a university, and all those lecturers who don't have a master's degree, they're just armed with the basic first degree, they are going to be head boys in the Department of Agricultural Sciences. And so, head boy again. No. Then I had to enroll with the University of KwaZulu-Natal, UKZN, where I did my master's degree in computer science. That was 2014 until 2018. And then just after graduating with the master's, I enrolled 2019 again in the University of Zululand beyond Ipange. But UKZN, it was the Durban campus in Pine Town. Yeah, so I used to enjoy my schooling days there. Also go to the beach and enjoy myself. Yeah. So in front of you is an academic hot dog. And than my own destination. And on a parting shot, I want to cite or quote some words of wisdom by John Phillips. We say future is not some place we are headed. Future is not some place we are headed, but one we make. The road to it is not found but made, and the activities of making it changes both the maker and his or her destination. Then allow me to show, remember it was a stick and mud and thatched houses situation back at Eswatini. So again I had to migrate my home. I'm based at Zombotse Emuva right now. Let me just, teachers, just close your eyes. I'm motivating my young men and women here. Let me show you the situation. Why are we saying get educated? Tomorrow you'll be fathers, you'll be parents. You'll have to construct homesteads for your own kids. I don't know if it's going to be visible. I'm not sure. So from stick and mud to this, okay. I did this not to brag. I mean, I can't brag over kids, young kids. You are my kids, you are my children. I'm only inspiring you because I have to speak using figures or using diagrams. You are at concrete operational stage. Why are we saying education is important? Because of, okay.